Hey cats, what's happening? Thanks for joining me in my little world here. Happy New Year's, by the way. We are now in 2020. It's a brand new year, whatever that means. Well, we're hoping for the best. It's January, and it's cold, but we're supposed to get up in the 40s today. So I may be able to work out here in the man cave. Now, before I talk about that, I just wanted to make sure that I give all you guys a big thanks. We were so fortunate this year to reach 10,000 subscribers on this channel, and we were pretty thrilled about that. We thank you guys so much for your support. As for the new year coming up, we haven't made a lot of plans. We have to live it day by day because of these health problems with her cancer. She goes in for treatment again next week, and then coming up here in a couple weeks, she's going to get scans again, which she's very frightened about because the scans show exactly where the cancer is and whether it's growing or not. As of her last scans, everything looked really good, but you never know with this stuff. It can just crop up like very quickly, and she has been having some pains, some fatigue. She's not in the best of health that she would like to be in. So we keep praying for her, and we thank you guys so much for your prayers and your support. We need you guys. You're awesome, and we thank you from the bottom of our hearts for that. And we ask for your continued prayers throughout this next year. Moving on, this year coming up, if I can give you a little review of some things to come. I do have a lot of stories that I will continue to bring you. Again, I will reiterate, my stories are all factual. I don't elaborate on them too much other than changing the names to protect the innocent. I don't pinpoint somebody out personally. I don't mean to do that, but the stories are interesting enough to share, so I just change the names. But they are true to life. I got a lot of people that say, oh, come on, these stories are bullshit, you know, that couldn't have really happened. Oh, yes, it did happen. I'm 65 years old now, and I've got 65 years behind me of a life full of adventure. I never was one of those milquetoast guys just to sit around on my laurels and watch life go by. I did a lot of adventuring, a lot of challenging things. I climbed mountains, I backpacked into the wilderness, I rode my motorcycle across the country numerous times. I've been involved in all kinds of motorcycle things. My work experiences alone I could write a book about in all the years that I was employed. Hundreds of different characters I have worked with and all kinds of situations and incidents. So I will continue to share those. As I said, they're all true to life stories. I don't fabricate or make things up. I keep it as close to the truth as possible. I have a story coming up about a treasure that I know about. In fact, probably over a ton of silver, and I know where it is. I'll talk about that in an upcoming video. I've also got some other projects. I want to change the primary oil in my Fat Boy, so I'm going to be doing that. I've already got the, this is a funnel that you have to use. It fits down in the side, and then I've got the primary cover gasket for it. I just need to pick up some oil for it, the primary gear oil. So basically what it involves is taking this cover off right here, and there's a plug on the back here where I can drain the oil out, and then I add the oil in through there till I get it to the right level, and hopefully I won't find any metal grindings in there or anything, and all is well. It isn't getting to be an old bike with a lot of miles though, so. And I always get questions about how many miles you got on your bike, Itchy. Well, the Speedo and all that got wrecked when I wrecked it back in 2000, whenever I had that motorcycle wreck. So all that was replaced. So the new mileage doesn't really incorporate what the old original mileage was on there. Another project I'm going to do, and I will probably do a video on this too, I got to put back brakes on V's car. Yeah, it's the cat car. I always said, I almost hate driving this car. Once you drive a Chevy pickup truck, a 2500, it's like a Cadillac. Now, it doesn't really ride like a Cadillac, but it rides very, very comfortably. It has the most comfortable interior and sound. It's quiet. The stereo in there is awesome, and it's just, we love riding around in that. So this was a great purchase for us, and it also has great towing abilities for our RV. But this thing's like a little go-kart, the Nissan Rogue. It's a 2010 model, but the back brakes are shot, and we just learned that very recently. So again, I went and bought the rotors and the brakes for this, and I'm going to probably tackle that real soon, and I'll get a video up on that too. But we had this sticker, I think it was bought in Japan, ordered from Japan. We bought it online. It's got the kitty here, and when windshield wiper goes, he wags his tail, and then he's got his paw prints coming up there. And I swear, I tell V all the time, I said, people hate following that cat, because you see, he's like sticking his tongue out like, nah, 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 nah. And I'll get people tailgating this car, and no matter if I'm going over the speed limit or not, they have to get around me. They have to pass me. It's almost like they can't stand following the rear end of this car. I find it a little comical, but anyway. So I got the brakes coming up on that, and I'll have all kinds of other videos. Who knows what adventures we'll get into. Now, I will say this again. No big plans for the upcoming year. We go day by day, depending on V's health and how she's feeling. We do hope to do some more camping this summer. We didn't get out as much as we wanted to this past year. I think we only had 3 camping trips this summer, just because there was always a conflict with something else going on. If it wasn't a doctor appointment, or she was in the hospital or something, or we had family matters. You know, my dad passed away this last year, so hopefully we'll be able to spend more time camping, or glamping as we call it, because it's not so much camping. When you're in that thing, you're living the life. It's got all the comforts of home and more. And we just love that thing. But then again, you can step outside, and you got the campfire right there and the picnic table, and we sit out there and eat our food. We cook over the fire. It's a wonderful life to have, and it's much easier for her, and I enjoy it too, rather than taking off on motorcycle adventures anymore, because that's a little bit it's a little bit hard for her these days to do the motorcycle. Short trips she can handle, but we're not doing any more long adventures. Those are history for us on the bike. I am thinking about planning a trip out west again, because I really enjoyed it out there, spending time with my brother, and I would really like to do that again. V says she wants me to go and do a solo trip out there, and she says she'll just stay home and tend to the kitties and take care of things here in the house. But I hate to leave her And if I went, it would be for at least a week or so, but we'll see how things go with that. We'll see how her health situation goes from here. So that's all I got today. Happy New Year's to you guys. Thank you for all the support, for all the prayers again. Many blessings to all of you. And we will continue to keep you entertained into this new year, 2020. Ching.